Hey folks, how's it going? Today I want to show you the first finished piece that I've done here on Insanity Miniatures, and it's not even really a finished piece in itself, it's part of a bigger set, but nonetheless, SNOOFERFACE is finished. I've still got the rest of the guys in the Plaguebearer box set to do, but I want to show you SNOOFERFACE before I move on to any others, so here it goes. Alright, so the previous video showed a little bit of the in-progress work with SNOOFERFACE and spoke about some of the plans I had for him, but I just want to talk through it all now. It's all done. The paint job is just a pretty standard paint job as far as Plaguebearers go. I just followed it pretty closely off the box. I'm going to do all of the guys slightly different shades of green, I think, so hopefully they'll have a bit of variation between them. But I added a second arm onto this side and just green stuffed it all in to look like it should be there and it's growing out of him. And added a couple more of these little boils and texture and things like that onto his skin. But the second arm comes around and holds on to this standard that I modified slightly to give it another little notch up here that this hand comes up and grabs onto. And going up to the top here, I modified the standard that it came with. Added a few more bits and pieces like the bits that you see on the back, the metal arrows and horns up the top. Changed the things hanging down here as well. I made this little ribbon banner type thing coming down. It's got some random little symbols I painted on there. Not sure, they don't really mean or represent anything, but I thought they could be random symbols like that could maybe be a running theme through all the Nurgle stuff I do. Maybe it's like their own language or something. But around the skulls up the top here, I used like a glossy green kind of colour to make it look like these are, maybe painted with some kind of blood or pus or something gross, or just to give a bit of variation in there from the kind of matte metallics that are going on, and the skulls and stuff around them, just to give a glossy kind of gross looking poison sort of green colour up in there, and it just kind of made it all pop. I did originally do those in a metal colour as well, but I didn't think it looked too great, so I wanted to do something to kind of tie in the colours up here with the green of SNOOFERFACE himself down here. So yeah, that is all finished up to look like worn metal and stuff. Did a whole bunch of modification on the back here, and then carried made this little wooden spike to go on top to make it look like the staff of the standard runs all the way up through here. And yeah, that's really all I did modification wise. I chose to put him on a base with rounded edges. I prefer these bases to the standard GW ones. I think they make for a better looking finished figure overall, and they're slightly wider as well, so they give them a little more stability, which is good for kind of top heavy figures, especially like this with the standard way up there. It got a little bit top heavy, so the more area on the base, this more stable it will be, I guess. The base itself was just in standard like worn battlefield type look. Just added some texture to it, and then some little bits of flock, and cut some bristles off a paintbrush to make these little tall grasses. I keep hold of all my old paintbrushes and stuff, and just clip those and use those for like little clumps of tall grass. But yeah, pleased with it overall. Happy with how the paint job came out, and happy with the little modifications that I made. But next in the lineup, I guess, this guy I've already put together. I'm going to call him Stumpy, because he's got this one big fat stumpy leg on this side, so he's going to be called Stumpy. I've not really done any modifications to him, I don't want too much modifications to them all, just kind of slight things. But he's got this little dude in his stomach, which I like. And then I've just on the back I've added a little bit more of these boils and texture, just to blend the head in, and also just to give it a little more interest and give it a bit more grotesqueness, I guess. So he is Stumpy. I might add some kind of shield to him actually. His hand kind of looks like it could be grasping onto something, so I might make some kind of like skin shield, or like a wooden shield with some kind of hide or skin stretched over it. I think that might look kind of cool, so that'll be the plans for Stumpy. And then I have this guy. I'm going to call him Chief. I don't know why. He just looks like he'd be a kind of chief with his flute here. I kind of see him as like one of the older ones. Maybe he's you know, a bit older, and he's just you know, marching along playing his flute. Added some more boils and things up the back, and I made one particularly large. The reason for that is because I'm going to add this little dude. I forget the name of these things, but they're just like little Nurgle beasts. He, don't know how well you're going to see this. I need some lighting. I've added some texture to his stomach to make it look like he's got a hole in there and there's stuff pouring out, or try to spill out. He's holding a bone, which I made just out of green stuff. And then on the back I added some texture because there wasn't too much going on this guy's back, so I added some texture. But yeah, he is going to, I'll see if I can do this. There we go, hopefully you can get an idea of him sitting on there. But his knee fit quite nicely through these antlers, and the hand fits pretty well onto, like he's grabbing hold of this one. And I kind of like the idea that this dude just pesters Chief, and he kind of roams around and climbs up him and jumps on his head while he's walking along playing his flute. And then while he's doing that, this little dude is smashing this bone off of Chief's antlers here, or horns, so much so that he's actually broken them over time just by doing this so much. And that's what this little dude likes to do. He just likes to run around and get under Chief's feet and you know, cause mischief and climb up on his head there. So yeah, it just fit in pretty well, and it just gives a little bit of narrative to it as well. So those are the next two guys that I'm going to be working on, Stumpy and Chief. So I'll do some update videos of those soon, hopefully. But for the time being, there is Snooferface. So the first finished figure that I can actually show here on Insanity Miniatures. I do intend to hopefully get back to finishing projects a lot sooner here. Yeah, fingers crossed with the flood I had and everything out the way, I can start to really kind of work on finishing some stuff I've got in progress, and then move on to other things as well. So I look forward to bringing you all of that. But until the next one, cheers for watching, and I will catch you all later.